Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581.
Out-of-date carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleveland, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleveland, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered.
At Romika Designs, we're more than just a laser engraving and specialty design company. Much more. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs, and if you can dream it, we can probably make it. We can custom laser cut and engrave on nearly all material. Great for one-of-a-kind gifts, home decor, business and specialty items, or personalized and logo designs created just for you or your company. Allow us to become your go-to gift and specialty project partner. Romika Designs can help make your ideas a reality. We're ready to help you design and create that special gift for any occasion or engrave your personal or business logo on just about any product. View our designs at romikadesigns.com or simply email us with your ideas. We specialize in custom design and would be honored to have the opportunity to discuss it with you. Call us at 817-400-4040, email info@romikadesigns.com, or visit us on the web at romikadesigns.com.
Hey, there's something you forgot to do. It sure is hot. Are you sweating like a dog? Wait, what? Dogs don't sweat. Oh no, you forgot to get your window tinted. Whether it's the kitchen window that sits in the sun for the hottest part of the day, or you just got new wheels, call Sharp Window Tinting in Burleson. 817-615-9379, or look them up on the web, sharpwindowtint.com.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
It is, right? We're going to get our Monday morning right.
That's right.
Hello. Welcome everybody to Positivity Toolbox. This is your host, Diana Roberts, and I have with me my special guest.
My name's Vanessa. Sometimes I go by Vanessa of Cairo, or on Facebook and Instagram, Vanessa Raqs. And a lot of people go, Raqs? Raqs. It means dance in Arabic, Raqs.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Yeah, Raqs Sharki.
Okay.
That's where it comes from. So it's a dance terminology thing.
Well, sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How are you today? Happy Monday.
Well, yes. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. So I thought we might start with everybody just doing a couple of deep breaths just to get us really open and our minds open and aware of our surroundings and just able to really take all of it in today.
Love it. Let's
do
it.
All right, let's do it. All right. So everybody, I'm going to ask you guys that you guys are listening just to take a really big deep breath in for me. And release it out. And let's do it 2 more times. Let's inhale in. Exhale out. And 1 more. And put a smile on that beautiful face after that last breath, okay? Because we're going to have a really good day today. I'm really excited to have Vanessa on with us today. We're going to talk about some positive things that we've both done in our lives and dance. I mean, how important is dance?
I believe that it doesn't matter what age you are, what capabilities you have. I mean, whether you're dancing for fun, for exercise, if maybe you think you would like to go into dancing, for, future work, it is amazing because when your body is moving, it lifts your endorphins and your serotonin in your body. It's kind of like doing anything you enjoy. But have you ever just gone for a walk and you just feel better? when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
done, your yoga practice.
Yes.
So dance is like that too. But I feel that it's hard to have lots of thoughts happening at once. And when you're dancing and you're having fun, those worries or those other things that you're worried about just kind of disappear or just go by the wayside.
Right.
And yeah, I think it's incredible. I think dance has saved my life.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
we should touch base on that a little
Oh, well,
bit.
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
How would you feel about that?
Oh, sure. I mean,
Okay,
yes.
awesome.
So I would say that it's important that kids growing up have something to do.
I agree with that 100%.
And I think that a lot of people don't have something that they can focus on. So right now you've got a lot of people, we're on social media, which is
Yes.
great
Right.
because we can connect with people we don't know or we don't see very often. But also we get stuck sitting down, stuck in some bubble of things that may or may not necessarily truly affect our lives.
Right.
And I think a way that you can kind of focus on yourself and focus on being able to go out into the world and be better is to be active and have a sense of purpose.
Yes, I agree.
And so dance has given me that sense of purpose in my life as a performer and as a teacher, choreographer, instructor. I get to share that with people of all different ages. So it's for me, it has definitely saved my life because I feel like it's given me meaning. And then I get to share that, with others.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think just music in general can
Oh,
be very peaceful and harmonizing to the body, the soul, the mind, and just a release and it can bring in different endorphins too,
absolutely.
right? So bringing
100%.
movement with that just really, I think, lets it all out, lets it loose.
It does, and I think that people who exercise or do some sort of dance, are in general probably more, I don't wanna say more balanced. I mean, I'm not a scientist, but I could say they've even done research, about, the elderly, if they take dance classes or stay active and do certain types of things where it keeps the brain, the cognitive skills,
Yes.
they will have a better memory.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wanna remember what I'm going to the grocery store for. Don't
Right.
you?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Do you ever just walk down the hall and you're like, "What? Why am I going here?" But
Yeah,
but I do believe that it helps with that as well.
I agree.
And I think that, it's important. I think it's important to enjoy yourself, and then it's something you do with others.
Hmm.
So, for example, it gives kids a sense of, teamwork,
Yes.
working together. Maybe you're not the best one. You've got to work hard. Maybe you don't always get that lead part, learning how to be humble,
Yes.
learning discipline, how to act right.
And
That's
confidence. I
confidence.
feel confidence is a huge one as well.
Oh, you know what? I never thought, yes, absolutely. That's probably the reason I can just get up and talk to anybody and at any time. No, for real, getting
Yes.
up in front of people and dancing has helped me be able to get up and teach and get up and speak. And I believe it played a huge role in me being confident enough to be able to get up and do that. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I,
I
I'm
love it.
I'm curious about you because I understand. Didn't you do some dancing?
I did. I was a ballroom dance instructor
Ah,
and I was in my bronze level and I
uh,
did some hip hop as well. So yes, I do have a dance background.
you did the hippity hoppity.
I did. I love hip hop. I still to this day love just doing some salsa or some hip hop moves. Like
Isn't that
I
fun?
love it. It's definitely a release and I love it and I miss it. I miss ballroom. Actually, I want to get myself back into it because I have missed it and it's been on my mind a lot lately. Because
Uh-huh.
that was one of the things that I really felt that confidence for me. I did hip hop my whole young life, but once
Mhm.
I became an adult, after I had gotten my divorce from my husband and my kid's dad, I had realized, I could do anything. Right? I had the opportunity now to do anything because he didn't like me working.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
I found Gotta Dance in Cleburne and
I love that.
right? They had this audition. You were auditioning for the job to be a ballroom dance instructor there. And I needed a job. And I was like, I love dancing. I should go do this. Well, when I got there, I was quite intimidated at first because there were like 25, I think, people there that were wanting the same job. And I was like, oh, I was not expecting that, right?
Right. You're thinking Cleveland,
Cleveland,
Texas, like
Texas.
ballroom teachers. Everybody's coming out of the woodwork.
Right, exactly. And so I went in and, I just like, oh, okay, I'm just going to throw myself into this and I'm just going to do my best. And I'm just going to have fun.
Yes.
Whatever happens, happens. That was my mindset.
Yeah.
And so I ended up being one of the last 3 at the end of the 25. And then I ended up being the one that got the position.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Wasn't that awesome?
Yes. But, I mean, I know it can be scary and intimidating, but
Yes.
sometimes when you have that feeling in your heart, and I think this is important for all of us to think about sometimes when we have something that's speaking to us inside ourselves that says, hey, I really feel like I should try this, because usually the fear or the doubt is louder than that voice
Absolutely.
inside. But I think sometimes when you feel that, if you go and you listen to that voice and you go and do it, that gives you a little bit more assurance that you were right, and it gives you more for the next time too, right? Because then
Yes.
you did it. That's incredible. I
Yeah.
love that story.
Oh, thank you.
I think it resonated with me a lot when you said, I got a divorce and then I realized I could do what I want. Now, what do you think about, like, why can we not tell ourselves that all the time? I mean, obviously we can't always do everything we want, but why do we not have that feeling of, hey, I'm an individual. I have family to take care of. I've got responsibilities. I have, these things. But in addition to that, I am a person, I am an individual who should be able to go out there and do the things that I enjoy.
Right. Well, I think that a lot of it comes with people in your life that surround your life that are providing you with negativity and limitations. And we
Right.
only, we don't have to listen to all of that though. What I've learned though is that I'm not limited. The only person that is limiting me is myself. Is me,
Yes.
myself, and I.
Yes.
And even though I felt like I couldn't do things with him, it was because that control.
You were allowing that
I was
control.
allowing that
Yes.
control.
It's hard to have those boundaries,
It
isn't it?
is. Yeah. It
I
is at first, especially so young, and then being used to it. I was used to
Mhm. And
that.
then you think that's normal.
Absolutely, it's not.
Yes, I think that's something that a lot of women deal with. I mean, and I'm sure there are men too, or children. You have your parents
Oh,
maybe that,
yes.
we all want to be people pleasers. I
Right.
think that's one thing I could say as I've grown up a little bit and have had different experiences in my life, that you start to realize that you have to do what's best for you and take care of you so that you're
Yes.
able to take care of the other people around you, and that listening to yourself and being true to yourself. And that's hard because people could say, oh, but I've got to do this because of this and I've got to do that. But it's like sometimes, like you said, having that quiet time, taking that time to give yourself a moment. Like you did a daily meditation this morning. You told me, Diana told me, oh, I was doing a daily meditation. What a wonderful way to start the day.
Yeah, it is.
You've
It's very
inspired me.
calming.
That's so cool.
And I use the Calm app, honestly, but I would like to. So I've already started this. I'm starting a program where I can start recording my own guided meditations
Ooh.
that I'm going to start leading and putting out there.
Oh,
So it's coming.
yes.
It's coming, everybody. I am working on
That's so
this.
cool.
Yes. So because I want to share, maybe some other perceptions or a different perspective. Let me put it that way. I want to share a different perspective sometimes on guided meditation because it is fearful and you have to
Mm.
find the right person that you want to listen to
Mhm.
that has that calming, relaxing voice that can get you where you need to be in that present moment.
Yes. Yeah, that's true, because if you don't know somebody or feel like you can trust them, or they're not like, like referred to you by somebody. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is kind of like you feel like you're putting yourself kind of like out there, like to be hypnotized or something.
Like, what's
It's
going to
like,
happen once I
yeah,
do this?
yeah. It's,
Fear.
it is fear. And I think sometimes things that don't seem normal,
Mhm.
like the mainstream, because, growing up, there were just certain things that were like, well, that's cool. Oh, that's kind of hippie-ish, or that's kind of weird. And it's like, no, I think what works for you,
Right.
if you're able to go through your day and be like, you know what, this traffic sucks, but I'm I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm at peace with it. I'm not going to get wrinkles. That's what I tell. This is what I say to myself. I go, is this worth getting wrinkles over?
Oh, I love that.
And I would
Let's
say
start using that.
generally
That's
the
great.
answer is no.
No.
No, it's sorry.
No.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not worth getting wrinkles over.
No.
And so that really helps me just kind of have a little perspective, on how we let things affect us.
Absolutely. And I think too, when we go back to limitations, try new things. I am so big on, if I haven't tried it, I'm going to try it. I'm going to
Mhm.
give it at least one shot. And if I don't like it, I don't like it. If I like it, I need to maybe think more on that, right? Same with dance. If you are scared and terrified of being in front of other people and dancing or even working out, I've met people that did not want to be in a group exercise because they were nervous and they thought that they were not able to do so because they make all these excuses, right? And this is where it comes up too. We make excuses for ourselves that also limit us
Yeah,
to be our
because
best self.
it becomes self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I used to always tell the kids' parents, like, so I teach dance. I have my BFA in ballet from TCU, and
Which
I
is
teach
awesome.
children. I feel so very fortunate. It's led to so many things in my life, and even making the choice to do that was something that just was a blessing that kind of came out of nowhere. But currently, I teach children dance at Artistic Motion Dance Academy here in Burleson. My friend and colleague, Angela McCarty, actually owns the studio, and we were colleagues at TCU
Oh,
together in the
sweet.
ballet department. So she's wonderful. But and I do want to talk about the Nutcracker coming up
Yes.
later.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
we don't want to forget that out. Or leave that
yes,
out.
but we're working with the children because I do coach adults and stuff like that separately, but at the studio specifically, working with the kids, these are ages, maybe 3. I usually work with kind of 5, 6 and up, but sometimes I work with the little ones. When parents say, "Oh, they're shy," or "Oh, they're wild," or whatever,
Right.
the kid hears it over and over, and then it's like they know that.
Yeah. It's a label.
It's like, "Oh, she's trouble. Oh, she's a hot mess."
Yeah.
Well, okay, you could be like, "Oh, honey, you're being a little," but the problem is when they do hear that, yeah, it does become like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I tell the parents, I go, I pull them aside and I say, and not just there, I've been doing this for years, like for the last 20 years, any parent at any place I ever taught, I'd be like, "Hey, if you don't mind, let's stop, and I'll spell it out in front of the kid. I'll be like, let's not call them WILD or SHY. Let's not say that. Let's give them a chance to create a new,
Perspective.
path.
Yeah. New path. A
Yeah.
new way of thinking.
And I have found, if you just say, come on, gals, let's let it rip, hey, maybe let's just give it a good old try. Kids are great at that because unless you put that doubt in them, okay, well, maybe it's hard, but let's just give it a go. They become,
Yeah.
it's like amazing what they can do.
Absolutely. I call it vocabulary. You
Mhm.
want your vocabulary to set your day and your tone
Mhm.
throughout every day.
Mhm.
And we all
Absolutely.
have those. So we've been taught wrong for so many years. We have been taught, oh, you can't do that. Oh, don't do that.
This isn't good.
This isn't
right.
good. This is bad. Well, everybody has their own perception of that. And we should be able to create that ourselves.
Absolutely. Have you read the book, The Four Agreements?
I have not.
Oh, okay. Well, they talk
Ooh.
about that, how like as children, we're kind of like young children, we're in our purest form because we
Right.
haven't been kind of destroyed or ruined by those voices and society telling you.
Mhm.
Of course, there's certain rules, like it's really good not to kill people and like go out there and be nice.
Yes.
Certain rules we need.
There's
Okay,
morals. Yeah, absolutely.
speed limit, I guess. But
Unless you're in Europe. I mean, I miss Germany and the speed limit
yeah,
there.
I
I'm
was
just
like,
saying.
I didn't see the sign. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I mean, basically, they say that the society kind of creates this thing which gives people the doubt and the fear and
Absolutely.
they're no, the Four Agreements, it's wonderful. The Four
I will
Agreements
have to
are
read that because I talk about this all the time. Like this is something that I have definitely incorporated in my life. I've incorporated it with my children. I've taught my children, not to limit themselves, not to have that kind of vocabulary. Like one of my sons, he came to me and he said, well, this kid, he's just ridiculous. Like he's out of control. And I was like, well, or he's mean and he's a bully. Well, have you gone and talked to him?
like, why?
Yeah.
It's
Let's
sometimes it's
find the
the
why.
why.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I do want to tell you these Four Agreements really
Yes,
fast,
yes,
though,
tell
because I
me.
know you'll love them.
Yes.
So
I'm
the first
excited.
one is be impeccable in your word. So again,
Yes.
the word, we say bad things, or we tell somebody they can't sing. Well, maybe when they're a kid, maybe something in their voice will stop them from singing. The words we say are so powerful. So be
Absolutely.
impeccable in your word. Always do your best. Your best is going to change from time to time.
Yeah.
But if you always do your best at that time, you won't have any regret, because you know you did your best. The other one is don't take anything personally, which for me, is very hard sometimes. But think about, we take things personally. And the fourth one is never make assumptions.
Oh, yes.
Never make assumptions. Don't take things personally. Always do your best and be impeccable in your word. And if you do those four things, pretty much you're going out there with love, and you can't resent yourself, and then you're not resenting others for not doing what it is you hope that they would, because
Right.
that's on them.
Yeah.
That's something that's helped me a lot. I am not getting paid to say anything about this book, but it's helped me
I love
be
it.
able to go out there and say, because a lot of times people try to make their problem your problem.
Absolutely. Well, and a lot of times they even label that as narcissist, but I do believe still that it's not really. I mean, I know that that is a thing. That is a term. It is a vocabulary word. Yes. However, it's how we're taught, right? It's what we've seen. It's what we have had created within our bubble that we've allowed in our bubble.
Yes.
And we have the opportunity and the option to release all that and let it all go.
And to say, you know
and
what?
not to keep it.
That's on you.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you carry that load.
Yes.
I can help you with, like, if it's your partner, I
Yeah.
can help you with this load. We could carry this together, but
Right.
we're working together towards something. We could heal together, but at the end of the day, they got to do it on their own.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people do like to blame their things on others, which is why I think this particular message spoke to me a lot, because I thought, wow, I'm allowed to say, I'm not going to take this personally because this person has this going on. I'm going to do my best, and you can, reach out to them and, say kind words and do things at a certain point. That's it.
Right.
If those things aren't working, then you have that permission, to go ahead and release that. And I think that's been super valuable.
Oh, absolutely.
I came across that book like 20 years ago, and I've kept it in the back of my mind. It's given me a lot of perspective, throughout life.
I love it. I'm going to have to listen to it on my Audible now. Like, I've got 3 credits and I
it's
haven't
so
picked 3
easy.
books yet. I still have 3 books I can pick. So if you guys
Yes.
have any other books of reference, like that references any of this, let me
It's an
know.
easy read.
'cause I
It's
love-
real simple.
Yeah, I love it. Okay.
Yeah. It's funny because, like, I rarely have time to read, and
Yeah.
that's horrible. I try, a little bit, and then I fall asleep. I'm like, oh.
Right.
And then when I'm driving, I like to listen to music. But it's true. It's like, think, if you listen to something 15 minutes here or there, it all adds up.
Absolutely. So like during my day, so I kind of do it a little differently. So
Mm.
during my day, I listen to, I have my time for listening to music. I have my time for my meditation, and then I have my time for my Audible,
I love that.
so that I can
you
fit all
delegate.
of it in. Yes.
I
I'm
should
not
be more
perfect
strict
at
like
it.
that.
I'm not perfect at it, but I am working more towards getting back into that, like even more, and really delegating it more on. And
It's a system.
yeah, it is a system. I have a time blocker now on my phone. It's a time blocker app.
That's so cool.
And it's really cool. And it's actually really helping me out to stay more due diligent, I guess, in my time.
Yes.
Because I figured out, sometimes I'm such a hippie when it comes to just like letting loose. A lot of times where
Right.
I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to go with the flow. Well, a lot of
Sometimes
times go with
nothing
the flow.
happens.
So it's like, what have I done with myself
Yeah,
today?
like, I tried on my sweater from 1984 that was in the back of my closet, looked at some pictures in a box.
Yes,
Which is
yes.
okay too
It
sometimes.
is. Oh, yeah, totally. I'm bringing some of those back too. You just wait. My winter sweaters are coming. I love them.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember the ones that had like the zebra print, like the different patches and stuff on it?
Oh,
Like,
yes.
do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Like, it had like different blocks, and it was,
I so want one now.
well,
want
I
one
bet
back.
you could go to the Goodwill.
All right. I know. I might just have to bring that back.
It's all coming back
It's
too.
all coming back. It's all coming back. But okay, so I love that. And I do feel that I'm going to read that book. I'm going to listen to it. Probably not read it, but listen.
Yeah, I think you'd enjoy it.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do miss reading though. I'm not going to lie, but we do read a lot during our day. I think with work wise, like I'm reading a
Mhm.
lot during my work day.
It
So
can be hard on the eyes,
it can be.
especially like if everything's on a computer.
I know.
Yeah, but I do like an old-fashioned book. I'm old
Same.
school. I like to write like I have like one of those daily calendar
Yes.
things, like a
Still do
yearly
that.
calendar.
Yeah.
I like to write it down. Like I wrote you down,
Yes, I
Diana
wrote you down.
Roberts, 8:45,
Right.
Joe
And
Carey.
then I put it in my time blocker.
Yeah, that's hysterical.
Because my time blocker, so my phone is definitely like a reminder. I love that it has like little chimes and stuff because you can write it down on paper, but if you're not looking at that,
You miss it.
you can miss
Your
it.
paper doesn't chime at you.
No, it doesn't. My phone does. So like I like having both now.
Oh
I'm like,
my
I need
goodness.
both.
That's
Getting
awesome.
old.
No, well, no, that's funny. No, well, it's like, yeah, it's like how everybody has those little reminders, like like on the refrigerator or whatever. But
Yes.
it's true. It's like the newer way to do it.
It is. It is. And it is. I mean, it is helpful. Unfortunately, I keep using technology, but I mean, technology has been useful in this day and age. And sometimes it's okay to adapt and overcome and go with the change.
So that's another thing. I think it's sometimes when new things come up, it is hard to like change your mindset.
It is. Yes.
I think it's good to be able to rely on like if there wasn't technology, how you could manage.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we had to just like ask for directions?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember when, I mean, seriously,
Yeah,
even
yes.
before MapQuest, when there was, you literally had a hard copy map in your glove box.
Yep.
Which I don't think is a bad thing to know how to do that. But I do think it's wonderful that we could find the best route or, where the accidents are to avoid,
Right.
when going somewhere. I think, as long as you know which chime is for what.
That is so true. Oh my
It's like,
gosh.
oh, it's chiming. What's that for?
I'll find out. Let me look. Oh, wait, no, I'm driving. Hold on. That's going to have to wait.
Well, that's another thing
Yes.
too. It's like people are so distracted with things. So you're
Yes.
driving down the road and it's like, oh, somebody messaged you. Maybe you don't even want to message, but oh, what was that ding? What was that notification? Somebody
Yes.
looks down. You're driving.
Yeah. You don't need to be doing
We're
that.
so distracted by
So distracted.
all the things.
I know. And I'm guilty of it. I am guilty. I was just making sure because I knew our time was getting a little low. We're about to have to go to
you and
commercial break
we
soon.
just, yeah.
We're
it's
just surviving. I love
easy.
it. It
I
is
love
so
it.
easy. Yes.
Don't you feel that it's a gift to be able to just like vibe like that?
Oh, I love it. I love
Me
it.
too.
I think so. It's an energy. It's
For
definitely
sure.
an energy that you're promoting out there. And I think a lot of times what helps me be able to connect with other people. So like I was talking to a buddy of mine because he said, that his personality, he wishes he had more of a personality like mine because I could just talk to anybody.
Mm.
And I said, well, you can do that too. It's actually really easy. Just change your perspective of it. Change your perception, right? So look at everybody as a piece of art.
Mm.
And everybody is a different art piece,
Mm.
right? And you're interested in each one of those art pieces and you need to know about each one of them,
That's really cool.
right?
And then you could say, ooh, I like this about this piece. I don't know much about it, but I like the way it does this or that. And that's a
Right.
great way to, having something that you admire or having something that you say, ooh, I have a similar, finding something.
Experience.
Yeah.
It's finding the experience in that other person that relates to you. And it's also learning more from that person about that experience that you're experiencing that also might help you. We run into people all the time that are meant to come into our path. I really highly believe that
Me too.
because it happens so frequently in my life. How could it not be true?
And no, I believe in that 100%. But also you have to have the fortitude to be able to want to learn from somebody.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing these days. A lot of people, most people won't stop to be interested.
Yeah.
Like I never did online dating, but that's something that I think that has really affected how the world is. And, the social media, it's like that quick, like, oh, just swipe.
Swipe. All right. Well, we're going to come back
Here
and
we
we're going to
go.
come back to that. So you guys stay tuned. We'll be right back to talk more about swiping.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Out-of-date carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleburne, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleburne, Texas, owner Brent Harrigan, tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We were like having some a little whispering conversation over here, but it was great. Anyway, so Joco Community Radio is proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and is live 24/7 on the TuneIn Radio Network. TuneInJoco.com is the place to find all the ways to listen and watch, and the station app is also available for free on Android and Apple devices. Simply search your store. Check out our lineup and more at JocoCommunityRadio.com. This episode and more brought to you by Patriot Claims, making your insurance work for you. Reach out to your Texas sales rep at 844-TEX-HAIL. That's 844-839-4245. Be sure to dress your arms and more at thetiffy.com. Those are so cute, by the way. So excited.
The what?
The Tiffy.
Oh.
So Tiffany has like these like arm
warmers?
Arm sleeves. Yeah, they're arm sleeves, but they're lace.
Oh
I know.
my goodness.
Yeah, you're
I
gonna have
need
to get with her
some immediately.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
I'm
talk to
going
Tiffany.
right now.
Yeah.
We were talking about doing a dance class, but
Yes.
she wanted me to bring up the Nutcracker really fast before
Yes,
we
I do.
forget.
Yes.
So this is I recommend anybody in the area that's in the Burleson, Joshua, Cleburne, Crowley, even Fort Worth area to come. Whether or not you want to dance or your kids are interested, it's a wonderful show, and it's almost all there. It's the students of the studio, but you've got the little ones all the way up through the teenagers, and it's just fantastic. So they do it early so that everybody has time at Christmas. So it's going to be in November.
Okay.
So it is at the Pathway Church of Burleson, November 18 and 19. It's going to be Friday, November 18 at 7 p.m.
Okay.
And Saturday, there's a matinee at 2 and also 7 p.m. showing. This is Artistic Motion Dance Academy. To purchase tickets, you can go to AMDA, A-M, as in Artistic Motion Dance Academy, AMDA, Nutcracker 2022.eventbrite.com. And we will post a flyer or a link
Yes.
as well.
So that you guys can go directly to it from the comment
Yes,
section.
But to support the kids, and this is at the Pathway Church of Burleson.
I think it's
So,
awesome.
yeah, it's always exciting. I love this time of year.
Yeah,
I know this time of year can be hard for a lot of people sometimes, if you've lost family members or things like that, but there's always so much to celebrate as well. That if we can focus on those types of things.
Yes.
There's a lot of outreach stuff, lots of food drives, things like that for the holidays I think are really great.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about on Shelley's show, The Kingdom. We were talking about, how we could do something different this year to just promote not so much, let's not stress so much about the shopping or who's got the most gifts or whatnot. So we came up with this great idea where we're gonna have like a little everybody. We want to get the whole community involved,
Mhm.
and everybody bring something or get just a little something. Doesn't have to be anything big or anything, but leave it by somebody's doorstep. Just anybody, just a random
I love
person,
that.
and leave it by a doorstep with just like a little note,
It's like a white elephant to a stranger.
yeah, to a stranger, right? Like, I mean, how cool would that be? Somebody opens their door and they see this little, random thing just kind of standing at their door with a little note like "Merry Christmas,"
That's awesome.
anonymous, yeah, your anonymous Christmas present.
That's so sweet. Yeah, no, that's a great idea. And it's kind of like paying something forward,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
because
Yeah.
like a lot of times it's like we don't even really think twice about anything, but that little gesture could mean so much to somebody.
Right. And it can be a regift too. It doesn't have to be something that you purchase. It could be something that, maybe you had put out at a garage sale that you really loved at one time, but you changed your decor in your house or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it could be anything. I mean,
Merry
wait, let's
Christmas.
not.
Here's a brick.
Yeah, not a brick. Maybe not a brick. I mean, let's think about some things that we would actually want ourselves. Okay. I mean, I think we should do something like that. Don't give your panties or bras or yeah.
I mean, unless you want to. Maybe only give those to the people that know you.
Right? Yeah. I mean, that would be a
You are
fun random
welcome.
gift. Yeah. Like as a gag gift for your best friend.
That's kind of funny.
Hey, I wore this years ago, but I don't wear it anymore. Here you go.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. Oh gosh. I realized after I said that oh gosh, I'm saying anything, like that could be, let's be,
Yeah,
be
not
sweet
anything,
and nice.
please.
Yeah.
Please don't give them anything.
Yeah.
Only sensible items for the white elephant for strangers.
Exactly.
It would be funny if
Exactly.
you have to have a list. You're like, please no underwear or
I feel
yeah.
like we might need to now.
Yeah,
after
yeah,
I said-
yeah.
So we have had some comments. I really appreciate you guys listening in and definitely taking notes. Thank you so much. Your name is a little different because it says Randy Text 25. So I'm just going to put that out there. But thank you so much for taking notes, and we're glad that we're able to give you some good insight and information. So
Yes.
I thought I'd say that. And good morning, Tiffany. Good morning, XOXOXO. Back.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
I love it. All right, so let's go back to some of the. Okay, so here is something that I have a question for you.
Oh, okay.
So you got into dance, and you have a lot of amazing things that have just started to manifest.
It's true. It's kind of
Yes.
bizarre.
Right? Because I
Um,
remember when I first met you, it hadn't gotten that.
Well, some
It
of the
had,
stuff
some of it
had.
had.
Okay, so I'm back in Texas. So I'm a Texan. I'm a proud Texan. Grew up here, and then after I graduated from TCU, I moved to New York City, and I studied dance there,
Right.
and did some musical theater. Studied acting and voice, and I had been doing Middle Eastern dance. Which in layman's terms we call it belly dancing. That's the kind of umbrella, term that people know. But it's a
It's so much
Middle
more than
Eastern
that.
dance. But I delved into the Egyptian style of it and learned a lot about the Egyptian folklore. So I was in New York City learning about that and performing in the Arabic restaurants, Egyptian restaurants, and supper clubs, and there were some hookah lounges and stuff. But back then, we had live music. It was very different.
Yeah.
And then so I ended up from there, I was encouraged to go to Egypt because I was told, hey, Vanessa, you're a great dancer, like, technically, like as a trained dancer, but then your personality and your way of being for the Middle Eastern dance, we think you could be successful in Egypt. So I went and I learned, I studied. So I had a career there for 12 years. I had a production company. We did shows in the 5-star hotels, and we did special events. We got to perform at the Peace Conference in Sharm el Sheikh, which they still have. Got to perform for the Egyptian Minister of Culture, who's a woman.
Wow.
Got to dance for the King of Bahrain and some other like high, diplomats over the years in various capacities. But having that production company was wonderful because it taught me a lot and got me ready for some of the things I'm doing now. So I worked as a soloist there in Cairo, and then COVID happened. I was doing a tour every year. I'd come home, visit my parents, and teach in some cities in the States. So this dance has taken me to like over 10 different countries. So that had already happened, but we
Yes.
hadn't met yet.
Right.
So COVID
Oh, that's true. That's true.
happened.
That was the biggest
So
part
I
of it.
had, so that was a big chunk of my journey,
Yes.
which gave me a lot of experience. And then COVID happened and I was home. I was in the States, and then everything got canceled. And I was essentially kind of, I don't want to say detained, but I was stuck here for a while. And then I realized that I wasn't stuck. I was right where I needed to be. And again, it
Love
was that
that.
perspective, but it was like, rather than more in the loss of, a career path that, wasn't going, it had been going, and it was like, I had this trajectory, and then everything changed. The world changed.
Yes.
And then I had to adapt, and I had a slight existential crisis, because it's like, who am I? What am I doing? Everything I've worked so hard for, it's just disappeared.
Right.
But then I realized that my experiences they don't go away, even if you're not doing that thing right then. So like, I think it's good to remember that sometimes, because sometimes we forget like what we're capable of. And even if you're doing something different, that doesn't have to necessarily define you. And you could
Absolutely.
recreate yourself, or you could use what you've learned and catapult from there, and create something new or add to what you were doing. So that's essentially, so a year ago, I was teaching dance and still doing shows and doing online coaching, and that was great. And I was really doing something with this work. Now I've been invited to be an artistic director of a not-for-profit cultural dance company in Minneapolis called Jawahir Dance Company, and they've been around for like 30 years. All the funding is through donations and grants, mostly grants. And because of COVID and Zoom, I'm able
Yeah.
to work with them weekly rehearsals online over Zoom. And then they fly me out to Minneapolis every other month. So that's really cool. And then teaching the kids, and then doing some other things in private schools as well for their auxiliary programs. So all of this stuff has just come. And I do believe it was not only manifested, but saying, you know what, I release this idea of holding on to what I was doing before. I
Yeah.
did it already. It served its purpose. Um, I have projects and other opportunities that will take me back to Egypt to do events and festivals. I don't have to live there anymore. I did that, but it gave me the experience to be able to be qualified to go forward and do this. And you can't straddle the fence.
No.
Sometimes you just got to take that leap, which is scary too, because it's a huge responsibility. But it's
Yes.
one that, like, 5 years ago, I don't think I would have been ready for it. And mentally I would have thought, oh, I still want to do all these things. But now, yeah, so having that thing that seemed like a horrible obstacle, which was COVID, and then, not being able to go back and do what I was doing, ended up being a very big blessing, because I wouldn't have ever met you.
Right.
I'm
Exactly.
seriously, like, we
And
wouldn't be
we
here
hit
right
it off
now.
instantly.
We did.
Instantly.
Absolutely. And I believe, like you said, you're put at the people that you're supposed to know for some reason, are placed in your path, and it's up to you to like pay attention to it or not.
Absolutely.
And so I feel that last year some opportunities were coming, and I paid attention to them, and I was able to do that. And then it put me in the mindset for more things. And I feel like we can do that with anything.
Absolutely.
And that's probably how we can. I believe that people who are successful, it's not just the one thing that makes anybody successful. It's all the work that led up to it, most of which nobody ever sees.
Right. That's in fact, that is very true.
It's like
Yes.
nobody sees that behind the scenes. Nobody sees like the hours in the studio.
Yeah.
They see the one performance, or they see the, the choreography or the show or whatever, but they don't understand, like, there was 20 years to be able to be ready to go out there and teach. There's just so many things, but I think that applies to anybody. This isn't just dance. It's like there's a lot of people who got divorced during COVID,
Mhm.
who got married during COVID, who changed career paths, who their job disappeared. So it's like,
Yes.
it's not about, life, I don't believe, is about what we're given. It's about what we do with it.
Oh, absolutely.
And so, this was definitely like, I had a, come to Jesus moment, with myself about a lot of these things. But we can do that every day on some scale, saying, what do we want to do with ourselves, and how do we want to go forward in this world? What kind of impression do we put out there? Do we do we smile at somebody when they walk in the room, or do we just look up and look back at our phone?
Yeah.
What do we choose to do? I think that makes a big difference. So all of that happened, and I didn't make that choice. It just kind of happened over time. But I feel
love
really
it.
blessed.
Yes, because you got to experience all of that. Like, how many people can say that they got to experience being in Egypt?
Yeah.
Learning like being there and actually learning from them that have been doing this for centuries.
Yes, but learning from them, and then also being able to work beside them and be respected. To me,
Yes.
that was the biggest. It doesn't even matter like the money, or how many people followed you because of that. It's like respect.
Right.
Well, time and respect are the two things that money just can never buy.
Absolutely.
And so to be able to have that, that respect, that meant a lot to me. And I've got some plans. I would love to be able to one day do something with either the Egyptian Minister of Culture or somebody that has to do with tourism, and be able to do some sort of projects to, now that I'm working with a not-for-profit cultural dance company, even though it's here in the States, we can do a lot of things with raising funds. And I think it would be cool to do some bigger types of projects. So I've got some things even outside of dance that I would love to do moving forward. It may be a
Yes.
while, but putting those intentions out there.
Yes.
I think intention is everything.
I think so too. I know that to be true too, because your intention is what sets the
day,
sets
the mood.
Yeah, sets your mood, sets what you're going to actually get accomplished for that day. If your intentions are wishy-washy, then your day is going to be wishy-washy. If your intentions are, I'm going to seize the day today, I'm going to make some things happen, you're going to make some things happen. And a lot of times I think we get in our head, and we can be overthinkers sometimes. We can be we have those still negative thoughts and triggers that sometimes trigger us to be in that more wishy-washy setting. So it's really important to know what you want, what your intentions are, and to do it. And I know I fall short of this. I have been here recently. Actually, I've been going through some hardships, and I'm just being honest.
It happens to everybody.
It happens.
Well, I think being wishy-washy sometimes is a self-defense
It
mechanism.
is, yeah.
Because if we don't commit to something, then we didn't fail at it.
Right. So true.
It's like a safe zone.
Uh-huh.
But and sometimes you have to, like, for self-preservation, sometimes you have to be like, I'm just kind of seeing how some things play out until I can, decide, that happens. There are those interims, but I believe that making a decision and sticking to your guns, that's hard.
That is very hard.
It's hard.
It is.
But
it doesn't have to be. We make it hard.
Yeah, no, you're right. But yeah, but having those intentions, that's what I do even with the kids in ballet class. Some of the older girls, I'll be like, okay, today we're really going to work on our balance. Like, let's focus on our turns. Let's focus on like our posture and how that affects us. And when they start working with intention, they could see the results like immediately. And I'm like, isn't that rewarding? We can use that in our life anytime. Even on the show, we don't have a dialogue. We set an intention of being able to communicate and work off of each other. It could be a loose intention. It could be a lot of things, but we say, hey, we're going to come in. That's an intention right there.
I agree.
And set the day also for the people. Like, thank you to whoever is tuning in and whoever will tune in the future to this show.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And I appreciate all of you guys for, definitely, hearing us out and listening to just two. We're just two people that have experiences.
Yeah.
We've experienced things in life and we've learned from them. And that's all
It's
it is.
good to
Life is
share.
learning. Life is learning constantly. If you are not learning something
You're not
today,
evolving.
you're not evolving. You're not moving forward.
And that is something that's really hard too, is like, sometimes you got to realize like, I've got to move forward.
Mhm.
And that takes courage.
Yes.
Sometimes you need to surround yourself with people who encourage that.
Yes.
So I appreciate you inviting me very much. I really do. But I appreciate even more the fact that you have a show like this that can let people hear, that, hey, I'm not alone. Like,
Right.
everybody has daily struggles, but wow, what interesting perspective, because sometimes you can hear the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
Like even a dance class, like, the kids hear, point your toes or straighten your leg or turn out your hip. And it's sometimes they'll hear it a million times until one day something clicks
And
and
it
they
just
have that
starts to-
aha moment. And then you can't unfeel that or unlearn that or unsee that. Now you get it. It clicked and you got it. You got the
Yes.
message. It might have taken 5 years, but you got it, and better late than never. And I
Absolutely.
feel like life is like that.
Oh yeah. And even with people have probably told you sometimes something over and over again, or like your mom, your dad, somebody, your husband, your wife, they've told you these things, but it took another outside person sometimes to hear it from for it to actually click.
Oh.
And it's a wow moment, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
The wow. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Yes, I love it. Oh, I love it. We are so connected because I do that on the show
Absolutely.
randomly all the time. I love it.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, so this guy, so Jay, I like to listen to Morning Jay, my
Oh,
Morning Jay time.
cool.
So he actually was a practicing monk.
Interesting.
Yes. So he's very interesting to listen to. I love his perspective and his way of looking and viewing things now. It's really cool. But he was talking about another monk that had said and written a book about the Be Here Wow. It's called Be Here Wow. So every time you're somewhere, just think, wow. Wow.
Huh.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Isn't that really cool? I heard that today and I was like, oh, I needed this morning.
It's interesting that, we get so not interested in stuff because it's just like fast food life, everything's just easy come, easy go,
Yes.
which we're coming back to that with the
Yes.
online dating with the wow, but the wow. So
Yes.
the wow, that reminds me of how we can appreciate stopping for a second and appreciating, people who are boring are the only ones who are bored.
Yeah.
Exciting people get excited about stuff.
Yes.
It's kind of like your attitude about yourself and the world is what you will see, and it's the world's attitude towards you.
Yeah.
I've heard this a lot, from different kind of motivational speakers, and it's so true. It's like, wow, if you look at something, you go, wow,
Wow.
it makes a difference. But if you just look at something and go, that's what we usually do.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
yeah.
that's like the norm. I feel like everybody's kind of So we could be a wow in a society.
Yes, we could.
And,
And
I think we are.
Oh yeah. Yes, I think so.
Sorry.
I think so. I think so.
Well, you go out
And-
there with a wow, and
Yes.
then that's your intention.
Yeah, and that's what I want others to also start,
Let's
feeling
make it a
that
wow
energy.
sort of week.
Yes. I'm all about making it a wow week. I need a wow
It's
week.
a wow week.
It's a wow week. It is a wow week.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I love that.
Right?
We've just decided.
Yes.
My dad told me this story about this lady that used to get dressed in the nursing home that she was in, full makeup, hair and everything. And I guess somebody, like asked her, like, why do you do that? And she's just like, I just decided every day, today's a great day. And like, that's what helped her, feel good and put together.
Yes.
And it's like, if that intention, again, it's like, if we decide today, I've already decided.
Yeah.
Today's a great day.
Right.
Like every day we wake up alive is a great day, and even though sure there could be problems or things, but we can deal with those things.
Absolutely. There's nothing you cannot overcome in time.
We have the tools.
Yes.
It's called Positivity Toolbox.
It's called Positive Toolbox.
But yeah, but we are the tool to be able to help get over that.
Absolutely. You are. It's a mindset. It is a definite mindset. And it's like what you said earlier too about being boring, or if you're boring or exciting, you can be all of those things. You don't have to be one or the other.
You could say, but again, most people are bored because they're not having a bunch of stuff just thrown at them, because we're living in the society where you don't know what it's like to sit in your thoughts.
Yeah.
To me, maybe a quiet moment, like how you meditate. Right.
Yes.
Right. So it's like, that's not boring.
No.
That's interesting. And that's something productive.
Yeah.
So, I don't have much to say about the online dating. I don't think I'm going to do it.
No.
I just feel like anybody can make themselves look good in a picture, and anybody
Absolutely.
can, sound clever. I believe in connection, and people need to learn just how to go back out there into the world,
Yes.
and but yeah, no, I just feel that has made everybody think that that's what life is like, is just, you don't like something, you just swipe.
Right.
You don't like something, you just swipe. Well, whatever happened to like maybe go to a different environment, or maybe become interested in things that you don't know about, so
Yeah.
that you could be interested in other people or things that you didn't, you know what I mean? It's
Oh,
like, oh,
yeah.
well, this isn't in my bubble, so I'm not comfortable with it. I don't know anything about that, so swipe. And that's just training us to be not open-minded.
Yeah. And that's a bigger thing too, right there, is just being open-minded. When you're open-minded and you're willing to allow other things to be a part of, who you are, by trying it out, by seeing if it's even something that you do like. And then that's what you're saying too. When you're actually getting out of your comfort zone, or going into a different place, a different kind of setting, that might be where you're supposed to be at that time to meet that Mr. Right.
Yeah, or
Or
just
Mr. Right, or yeah, Miss Right.
yeah, or Mr. Wrong, but a friend.
Yeah, but a friend. Exactly. Exactly.
Like
Right?
sometimes you'll meet some of the best people,
Absolutely.
but like,
Yes.
how do you even have those conversations unless you let yourself go there?
Yeah.
And I think that that's something that people, like, they can't be bothered. So this whole culture of like, oh no, next, next, next. It's not really helping us develop and grow as human beings, and being able to connect with anybody in the future.
Right. I
Even
agree.
just knowing how to look someone in the eye.
Yeah.
Going in on a job interview. A lot of these kids now, they don't even know how to formulate a sentence.
It's challenging. I don't
it is a
understand why it's come to all like the applications online, and people just want to look at their picture and look at their resume and go based off of that, instead of having that person in there
mm,
looking at them eye to eye while they're handing their resume and interviewing them, possibly right there on the spot.
yeah, now, and I can understand now, especially with COVID and certain things, some jobs may be online or remote.
Right.
And that can be useful. It's a great tool. Look, hey, I'm getting to lead a dance company online.
Right. Which
But
is awesome.
I still had to go there in person. I'm going to be actually there in November, but I still had to go in
In
and
person.
work, meet the board members, meet the dancers. Yeah, that personal touch is something that we definitely need to be able to
Incorporate.
just keep it. Like,
Right.
we've got to, we can't lose that skill,
No.
of like being human,
Right.
Oh my goodness, is that the time?
Yeah, we are running out of time, guys.
We've got to be human, and we've got to have a wow week.
Wow week. We need a wow week, everybody. So everybody, I want you to set your intentions to have a wow week. Set your intentions to wake up with a smile on your face every morning. And if meditation is not your thing, find something that is an outlet for you to take the time for yourself, to be able to give
Exercise.
yourself something that you need in order to live your best life.
Yes, in order to live your best life.
Be selfish. It's okay to be selfish.
It's okay. When you take care of yourself, you can take care of others.
That's right.
Thank you so much for having me on.
No, but thank you for being here.
I
I love
loved
it.
it.
You're gonna have to come on again.
I can't
I
wait.
think we will.
Yay. Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Bye, everybody. Y'all have a great week.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
Accelerated Graphics and Signs, 101 East Renfro, Suite